Snorlax Ears says, I could have sworn I only peed. This is already stupid.
With great power comes great responsibility, and you have the power to sign up for extratug.com for exclusive perks and videos. Check it out. Am I still upside down, Chris? Please put me back up normal. My head's getting big.
Spooky stories. You guys are aware of them. I talked about them earlier. It's 2-sentence horror stories. This is a terrible intro. 2-sentence horror stories. I don't have to explain what this is again, I hope. It's people trying to make the scariest thing happen within 2 sentences. I made a video about it recently. We went through some real heaters, some real stinkers, and you guys seem to like that. But I gave my audience a challenge, something I rarely ever do. People watch this channel because how non-challenging it is. My challenge was to you guys to write your own 2-sentence horror stories, because we can all point and laugh at the terrible writers of the 21st century, but how about you stop throwing them stones from your glass house, you dork? You can't write, right? Well, we're about to find out if you could write right. Right. So I compiled, well, I didn't, Angela compiled a bunch of writings that you guys did in the comment sections. I can't figure out how to talk today. I don't know, I got a lot of sleep last night. My brain is toast. And I got them all in front of me, and I'm gonna rate them from 1 to 10. See just how good of writers my little tuglets are, my little tugsters. Just see how good do you guys like being called that? I feel like at this point it's getting kind of gross. So without further ado, I will now turn to my monitor and move my camera a little bit so you can get my reaction while I do it, and the camera doesn't go out of focus. It's been having a lot of issues with that. So I'm gonna turn, but I just want you to know in that edit of me turning, it took a lot, because moving this camera is an absolute bitch. So Chris, do a really clean edit. I'm just gonna turn and the camera's gonna move, okay? Ready, set. Ah, Christ almighty. I'll shrink this up maybe a little bit. Nope, hold on. Well, now it's too low. Okay, and now we're here, and I'm confident Chris edited all of that out. Every second of it. Thank you, Chris. Up first, we have Chimpanzee the Crayon. Every day, I take a poop at 8. Today, I woke up at 9. That got 5,000 likes. And I'll give it to him, that's a great comedy bit. I had a great time reading that. I love the concept of someone pooping, especially in a bed. Like, what are you gonna do with those sheets? Throw them away? That's good linen. I guess I'm going for actual spooks and not bullshit though, so maybe not 10 out of 10. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It's like whenever you're in high school and you draw a picture in the essay portion and say, I don't know how to do this, but I'm just gonna give you a picture, and then he gives you partial credit. So 6 out of 10. Kyle Conrad writes, when hundreds of bugs poured out instead of blood, needing stitches for the cut on my hands seemed like the least of my problems. So you're like a mummy, kind of. You got like the curse of the mummy thing going on. All right, I could see that being a bit spooky. I get that's actually really gross. I'll give that gross points. I will say though that when I cut my hand and there's blood pouring out of my palm, I don't think to myself, the worst thing about this is I'm gonna need stitches. So I feel like you could have written that a little bit better. I'm here to critique. I don't know anything about writing, but I didn't have a fully fun time reading that, so I'm a bad English teacher. I'm just not gonna give you any points on how to fix that. I'm just gonna tell you you were wrong. But I don't know, it was spooky, 5 out of 10. I don't want bugs coming out of me. I think that's fair. Slimy Boy XD says, I never understood why more people weren't creeped out by mirrors. Then I learned that others see their own face in them. Yeah, baby. That deserves the 2.5 thousand likes. That is heat. I just love that concept. I mean, we all have that's a universal experience. Maybe not the mirror thing, but you know, you say quinoa, quinoa your entire life, and someone's just like, no, that's quinoa, right? It's relatable to not understand something and never ask any questions about it until it's too late. And also, I am creeped out by mirrors. I don't have any mirrors in my bedroom because that's scary. I don't want to look in a mirror at night. What if a ghost is in there? I don't with that at all. So you nailed every terrible thing in my mind on the head. I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. You deserve it. You deserve it more than everyone else who's spoken today. Everyone else sit down. Sit your little fucking asses down. Fireflam 1682 says, every night I try to kiss my... Oh, I gotta be scary, sorry. Every night I try to kiss my wife goodnight, but the ice hasn't stopped the rotting anymore. That got 7 likes. Fireflam, that is deeply disturbing and no one noticed it. I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10. That is up. I really like that. Oh my God, that's why 2-sentence horror story. This is everything good about 2-sentence horror stories, because there's so many questions I want to ask and none of them have been answered. It just leaves me a feeling of dread and uneasy. In my mind, she's in a tub. She's in a tub full of ice and she's rotting. God, that is so good. Fireflam, 10 out. That's the best one so far, by far. I wish I could say more about this one. I wish I could spend more time with this one, but we have to move on because I have nothing else to say. I'm like that clip of Pharrell giving that girl notes. Like, you're your own person. You're your own self. Nothing I can say is going to make you any better at writing because you're already there. Go be a writer, Fireflam. Good for you. Mora is Meep says, I felt a pinch at the corner of my eye. Oh, just a stray eyelash was my first thought. Okay, we're using a lot of commas. We're kind of cheating. As I pulled the hair, it drew out further and farther to my horror, and then it began to try and wriggle back inside. Mora, you cheated, but it was worth it. I hate that so goddamn much. Have you ever seen a horsehair parasite? Chris, put that on the screen so people can feel my pain right now. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm thinking about wriggling out of my eye. God damn, Mora. 3.4 thousand likes. Oh, I like that one. I literally liked that one when it first was posted. So yeah, that makes sense. That is horrifying. Once again, you cheated though. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences. You use the ... Like that is that's a period. Because of that, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. You pushed the boundaries of the rules you were given, and I respect that, but I don't in terms of rules. But like in a shoplifting way, it's kind of cool. Siren number 5248 says, my neighbor thought she'd lost her son, but now they just keep finding him. She wish it stopped. What I'm kind of confused right now. My neighbor thought she lost her son, but now they just keep finding him. She wished it stopped. Maybe it's like pieces of the son, like washing ashore, or at least scattered around in the forest. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. It's either that or like a weird ghost story where he keeps coming back and leaving and shit, like Pet Cemetery. Either way, I don't know. Maybe I'm too stupid for this one. It is interesting. It's a good prompt for a story. You need to give me a little bit more so I understand how scary it is. 7 out of 10. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because I like where this is going. Human Race the guy says, most of them boil down to, I was doing something and then I saw it. Oh, okay. You, Angela, for putting this in here, making me think it's a scary story. He's talking about the other. Most of these stories boil down to, I was doing something and then I saw it. The creature, the ghoul. I get that, but I'm so pissed I read that as if it was a spooky story. But you. I know, that's what all horror is. That's literally, name a horror movie where that is not the plot. Seriously, in the comments, I want you guys to do that. I'm trying to think of a horror movie where it's, I was doing something and then it showed up. I guess Hereditary and Midsummer. That is the plot of every movie, even tangentially, like the It Follows, or like some weird brain you're doing something, it shows up, you gotta fight it. That's how it goes. So, great observation, hater, even though that's all I'm doing in this video. The Raven Lord won. Well, with a name like that, you better be Poe. Edgar Allan. There was a man without a shirt on, staring menacingly, and his name was Tucker. You, Raven Lord. I had so much faith in you. 1 out of 10. What's wrong with me not wearing a shirt? Tallhead Joe says, my dad stood at the frame of my bedroom door in the dark hallway. His mouth opened and he said, you have to get a job. Okay, once again, 3,500 people like that comment. All right, okay, good haha meme. The unemployment meme's really big right now, but I just want to let you know this is Big Chungus. This is, there go that boy, you know? It's gonna be cringe in a couple years. You gotta be careful about using memes, because it gets real cringe real fast. Star Song ZZ says, Mary had the sweetest kid in town. The pies they made confirms it. Ooh. That's a fun one. I like that. She's serving children into pie. What flavor? Children flavor. That deserves the 500 likes it gets. It's a little not wordy, but a little clunky. If I could be so bold, but I do like it. I mean, I do like the idea of serving children into pies. I don't know. I guess it would be a meat pie though. It'd be pretty hard pressed to make a meat pie taste sweet and it'd be good. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I haven't had enough meat pies. Lemon Boy 404 says, I'm all the way up on this building. Dracula can't get me here. I said as Dracula with a jetpack flew up beside me. Oh man, I want to hate that one so bad, but I really like it. I love the knife guy formats. I'm safe now. No, you're not, said knife guy. Like I like the purposely bad ones, but I hate them too at the same time. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 because that did get a chuckle out of me, but you for doing it. Jay with 10 A's says, she has your eyes, says the mother, cradling the newborn in her arms. Oh, thank goodness, says the father. I thought I'd lost them for good this time. Now that I've read it over 1,000 times, it sounds more funny than scary to me, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm on the same page as you, because to me, it's just a little baby. Like, he's like, oh, he has your eyes, and the dude's like, holy shit. Oh my god, I can't believe they fell out and the baby caught them. Yeah, that's a silly one. I like that though. I would think this would be cheating with all the commas, but it's dialogue, so it makes sense to me. There are no rules here, just me being angry. Abraham No, did I give that last one a rating? 6 out of 10? 6 out of 10, I had fun. Abraham No Lie says, I don't owe anything, I said. Yes you do, said the tax man. That's a play on the knife man, and I like that a lot. 8 out of 10. I can't keep giving the bad ones good ratings because it's cheap, but I just said I like Knife Man, so. The Object Guy 2024 says, 9/11, what's your emergency? I think my mom is trying to kill me. That's 2 sentences. I can't in good conscience read the last sentence. Sorry, dude. You f***ed up. It's like the genie. Oh, you wished that someone else, you wasted a wish. I'll finish it though. I couldn't believe my ears when I heard my son's voice on the other side of the phone. What? 9/11, what's your emergency? I think my mom is trying to kill me. I couldn't believe my ears when I heard my son's voice on the other side of the phone. Oh, so you're the dad. Okay, that's like the riddle about like the mom was doing the surgery kind of thing. Okay, little clunky. I like the effort. It's a good story. I guess it's interesting that the dad is hopeless in the moment hearing. I guess the child would also know that the father is probably, if he's old enough to dial the phone and call and ask for help, he's probably old enough to know that his dad is a 911 phone operator. So he might be trying to reach you specifically, which is up. Okay, 6 out of 10. Had fun with it. Connor Phoenix writes, they say a computer powerful enough could predict and know anything given the smallest amount of information by working backwards or extrapolating into the future. We could work on shortening. We could work on smalling it down, but okay. One day, as an experiment on computerized self-awareness, I asked it to look at its own future, and from that day on, it did nothing but beg to die. All right, I love the concept, just very wordy. We could definitely trim the fat on this bitch, but I love the concept. Like, God is real and he has left us, one of those things. Like, I like when things become conscious, or when you ask the big question and then you want to... Who can relate? I just like that. So, 7 out of 10. Too many words, and too many expensive big words. Them's are $20 words, and I don't appreciate that. You're saying big words at me, and I'm gonna take that as a sign of disrespect. Callie Rue Kid says, she clutched her partner's arm, gibbering about how scary the crash was and how grateful she was that they were both okay. It didn't matter to her that they never said a word to reassure her, nor that her skin was turning cold and clammy, nor even that they were covered in dark, sticky blood. All that mattered is that they were both okay. Okay, that was a paragraph. Just want to note that. But yeah, the lady is dying. It's a little bit of like a Tim Burton sweet spin on a creepy classic. Kind of sweet that she's dying with a happy thought. Because we all gotta go at one point, but she's just happy they're both okay. But she's not. She's dead. I wonder if the guy seems like he lived. I'm also assuming that the girl is in a heteronormative relationship, which is on me. That's the real 2 cent horror story. 7 out of 10. Mr. Yellow writes, I was always known as the prankster of the family. It finally bit me in the ass when I knocked on the coffin, begging to be let out, only to hear them laugh at my last prank. Okay, hold on. That's not, what is the prank that, are your parents sick of you and they're gonna bury you alive? Or why wouldn't they let you out of the coffin? Because you pull pranks all the time? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Mr. Yellow, I'm gonna give that a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry. That made no sense to me. I hated that. I hate you. Don't come around here no more. Don't you write in the comment section trying to retribution. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your next best thing. Work on yourself first before you come into the store. Callie Strat, she opened the door into a long, unending hallway. It was too late for her to remember there was never a door on that wall before she stepped through it. Okay, that's just the back rooms. But the back rooms are scary, but that's just the back rooms. 5 out of 10. That was an okay one. Happy with it. But you gotta be smart about walking into doors that weren't there before, especially if it's in your house. Especially if it's in your house, you should know where the doors are. Cat Attack Helicopter says, a child had gone missing in the orphanage. Children, I found some meat in the pantry, the nurse called. I feel like this is like the 4th thing I've read about eating children. Why is that scary? I don't know. I don't think... I'm not a kid. It doesn't scare me anymore. I don't want to eat a kid. I wouldn't eat a kid, but... I don't know. The government's gonna come asking. Or maybe not. People don't care about orphans. It's all about pro-life, it's all about pro-birth, not pro-life. Chris, put up the politics filter. Put up the politics overlay right now so people know that this is a political video. 5 out of 10. I don't care about eating kids. Storlax Ears says, I could have sworn I only peed. This is already stupid. I could have sworn I only peed, but the small lump in the toilet had me questioning my senses. Then it moved. Oh, this isn't dumb. This is actually horrifying. You peed out a little person. A homunculus, I'm assuming. Fellas, don't you hate it when you go to take a pee and you give birth? Isn't that the worst? And then it's like, Daddy, I love you, and you gotta hit flush because I can't afford another one. I hated that though, so 7 out of 10. I hated that. Random Music Enjoyer says, my mother tells me they're my childhood photos, but it's just an empty frame. Okay, then your mom has dementia, or Alzheimer's, or she's crazy, or you're not real. I don't know. I feel like there's sometimes when you want to leave it to the imagination, but I think you need to give me a little bit more. Like, my mother tells me they're my childhood photos, but it's just an empty frame. Also, she's crazy. You know, like, just like the good writing. I want you to be a good writer. 6 out of 10, though. Pretty interesting. And finally, Sad Chrysanthemum, I think. I can't read. I was watching my favorite YouTuber, Big Tug. He still hasn't noticed me in the corner of his room. All right, gang, that's spooky stories. This is really fun. If we want to keep doing this, if you want to rate some more in the comments, if we have enough of them, I'll do this again if you guys liked it. So you guys are silly goobers. And some of you are really good writers. Some of you are actually really impressive. The one that got very little likes, that one was really good. Chris, put up the one I'm talking about. I can't remember. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I gave you 2 tasks in this video. I don't remember either one of them. I just told you guys to write the 2-sentence horror stories right now. So I don't know, I'm pretending like I forgot that, but I don't remember the first one. And like, comment, and subscribe. ExtraTug.com, $4 a month. You get to see all types of interesting stuff. We talk about dog. We talk about We talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about, and it's only $4 a month. You get your name at the end of the video. It's just crazy. It's crazy how shit works out like that. All right, guys. All right, I gotta go. Oh, I'm having so much fun.